Hey y'all, it's me again, and thank you guys for tuning in for yet another video. Now, of course, this video you already know is a little different. Today, I am taking you guys along with me as I show you how to prepare the perfect mustard greens. I know there are a lot of collard green lovers out there, but my absolute favorite greens are mustard greens. I love collard greens. Hey, nothing is wrong with them. But today, I am preparing my family my mustard green recipe. And I'm telling you, if you make this recipe, they'll be having you on green duty during the holidays. So I hope you guys enjoy. Don't forget, like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe. Tell your friends to tune in. Get some quick and easy recipes. Now, greens are not that easy unless you're buying them out of the can. But it's enjoyable if you're doing it straight from the produce. But I hope you guys kick back, get your notepad, ladies or gentlemen, write down this recipe and follow me step by step for the best mustard greens. Alright y'all, so as you can tell, it's a little later in the night. I'm putting these greens on for Sunday morning, so I wanted to prep these the night before. Go ahead and get them cooked, because there's nothing worse than getting home from church on Sunday morning and you starving and you trying to prep some greens. No, we're not doing that. So what I'm going to show here, I'm prepping my bunches for the washing process. First, you're going to go ahead and unravel your bunches and fill your sink with clean water. Next, you're going to grab your baking soda, and yes, I said baking soda. Sprinkle in that water so that we can get these greens thoroughly clean. That baking soda helps bring up the dirt and the bugs. Following, we're going to add that white vinegar. This is going to help activate that baking soda. Now give these babies a good swish, swish, swish all in that water. You don't want to just start picking up greens and then toss them in your pan. You want to give them a good swish because you want to loosen up and get all that stuff that shouldn't be in there out of there. Now just watch it how dirty that water was. We gotta make sure those greens are clean, y'all. So this is not the end. We're gonna go ahead and wash them again. We're just gonna knock off that baking soda part. Not really worried about the vinegar. You use vinegar for greens anyway. But we're gonna do another rinse and you'll see how clean these greens got. So we pulled out the Big Daddy pot and I filled it with slightly half full with water. And I'm not going to season my water with all of the seasoning I used to season my greens with. I'm just going to do two things. Right now, I am putting my chicken bouillon cubes inside. I'm going to start with about 4 to 5 cubes because we will re-season this pot again with our greens. Next, I'm adding some good old bacon grease. Listen, for all you who are not pork lovers, you can do this same recipe. Just go get you a good old smoked turkey leg and put it inside that water and let it boil for about 20 to 30 minutes before you add your greens, and you can still proceed with the seasonings like so. But for me, I wanted to do bacon grease. So we're going to start over with the washing process for our next two batches. You always want to start with fresh, clean water each round of cleaning your greens. We don't want to clean them in dirty water. So do this process for however many rounds you have. Now that our chicken bouillon cubes and bacon grease have kind of come to a semi-boil with our water, I turned the water down a little bit. We're going to go ahead and add our first batch of greens to it. and they're gonna cook down, and then we'll add our second batch, and when that cooks down, we'll then add our last batch. So we're gonna repeat this process until we have added all of our fresh, clean greens. Now I'm going to add some more chicken bouillon cubes to my green broth. Remember, I had already mentioned that I was going to re-season my broth again. So I add about 4 to 5 cubes because this will add more flavor as your greens cook down. And now I'm going to go ahead and prep my seasonings and get those put in a bowl and add to my greens. And remember, the seasonings are totally optional. This is my recipe. We love it, and I just wanted to share it with you guys. So I'm going to use Mrs. Dash Original Seasoning Blend, Slap Your Mama, some accent. It wakes up that flavor for real, y'all. Some minced onions, and vinegar. Now, what you don't see listed is I did add a couple of tablespoons of white sugar. Y'all, I know some people are like, sugar and greens? Who wants sweet greens? I promise you, that sugar does not make the greens sweet. It cuts that real bitter taste that greens produce. It makes it a little more subtle. And I promise you, you will not taste sweetness in your greens. I only added maybe 2 to 3 tablespoons of white sugar, and that really is depending on how many bunches of greens you are preparing. So for me, I'm not using any measurements. Of course, I'm using my hand. That's how my grandmama taught me. That's how my mama taught me. But to help you guys out, because it really goes off of the taste, because you may have to add more seasoning depending on the amount of bunches of greens you have. Start out with 2 tablespoons of each seasoning, including the vinegar, and then start from there. Let it cook down for about 45 minutes, and then taste it again. If it's not at that taste that you want it, I would go in and add a tablespoon of each seasoning, not adding any more vinegar, and then go from there. But remember, guys, you only need about 2 to 3 tablespoons of white sugar. If you are making 8 bunches of more, the most sugar I would use would be 3 tablespoons. And let those babies cook down until they're nice and tender. And honey, you're going to have some amazing mustard greens.